Righty-ho and hello to all the incredible Vikings out there. Let's see if you remember my name. If you remember it, say it to someone next to you now. That's right! My name is Ike the Viking. I'm here for you. I'm excited to have all of you back this year. It was very boring this summer with hardly any of you here. A lot has changed for you, so first, let's take the time to introduce our new teachers. I sent a carrier pigeon off to each teacher and asked them that they write me a little bit to say about them. They all came back fantastic, but I did tweak a few words. Here goes. Our first new shipmate is Miss Anschutz. You may recognize her as she returns to Gibraltar with new ship duties this year. Miss Anschutz has been assigned to work in our new second grade cabin. Miss Anschutz, or Miss A as I like to say, is excited to get to know all of the shipmates as we begin a new adventure of learning this year. In her free time, Miss A loves to spend time on the high seas of Kangaroo Lake or Lake Michigan with her family and friends. Please wave respectfully to Miss A if you ever pass her in the hallway, and don't forget to smile. Our second new shipmate comes to us all the way from the high school. Wait, that's not very far. Miss Bickler was making sure students were passing their geometry, social studies, and English classes last school year, and is excited to be the new fourth grade teacher. She is most excited about all of the fourth graders she will meet and work with this year, and hopes she will keep them busy seeking out new knowledge, especially in science. Miss Bickler has been trying out new adventures since she moved here in the summer of 2014. One thing she is not good at yet is fishing and learning about boats. She always wants to go ziplining before the end of the summer. Golfing, biking, and taking walks on many beautiful trails is what she likes best. Be sure to welcome Miss Bickler to Gibraltar Elementary with a nice smile and wave when you pass her in the hallway. This next veteran Viking has been wearing her horned helmet since she ventured north to settle in Sister Bay 5 years ago. She brought her clan from the southeast corner of Wisconsin, where she grew up fishing the banks of Lake Michigan. Mrs. Hoffman will be teaching 5th grade this year. She is very excited to get to know all of the fellow explorers in her classroom and conquering the curriculum together. Outside of the classroom, Mrs. Hoffman is a mother to 3 fellow Vikings, Ian, Alec, and Hayden. Like any worthy Viking, Mrs. Hoffman is curious about the world, which leads her to many thrilling discoveries and activities. Our third new 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Whiteman, is a true landlubber who journeyed from the state of Texas, where the summers are a scorching hot 106 degrees. Yikes! And the winters, not so much. For 3 days, she and her shipmates traveled and traveled. Her faithful first mate of 29 years, Steve, skippered one of their vessels, while she commanded the other. Accompanying them on the voyage was their navigator and son, Jack. 3 other shipmates were part of the crew. Bonnie, who sat in the crow's nest to search for the next port when she wasn't sleeping. Buddy, who did his part to create a zen-like atmosphere for the vessel he was in. And Jesse, who kept an eye out for the scallywags and shot a warning bark across the bow of every 18-wheeled ship that went by. Finally, they arrived in Wisconsin, their odyssey complete. Mrs. Whiteman is passionate about dog rescue and is happy that their 3 rescue dogs will be able to live in an area with the 4 seasons and experience all that Door County has to offer, dog-wise. Mrs. Whiteman is looking forward to getting to know her 5th grade students and becoming a part of the Gibraltar school community. Profe Maria is very excited to become a shipmate here at Gibraltar as the new 3rd through 5th grade Spanish bilingual teacher. Profe Maria hails from a city named Whitewater and took the long trek across the vast state of Wisconsin to join us here in Fish Creek. Before her arrival, she made the great voyage to a distant land called Spain and brought back knowledge of the Spanish language to share with you all. Profe Maria loves to take her boat all over the world and has paddled into the ports of Italy, France, Ireland, England, and Germany. When she isn't sailing across oceans, Profe Maria has been seen in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, floating down the Chippewa River in her mini ship. Please give Profe Maria a warm Gibraltar welcome by waving to her when you see her in the hall. Remember, though, quietly. This new shipmate is incredible and came a short way from Green Bay, Wisconsin. She paddled north up the bay until she reached Gibraltar area schools. Her name is Mrs. Northrop, and you will see her working in many different classrooms, including the special education classroom, and with many different students around the building. Mrs. Northrop is very excited to meet all of the other incredible shipmates at Gibraltar. In her free time, you can catch her down the bay at Main Street Market in Egg Harbor with family, running outside, or building a new house with her husband. Be sure to introduce yourself to Mrs. Northrop when you see her in your classroom. Otherwise, a nice quiet wave in the hall will suffice. Also, don't forget to wave to Miss Lessman or Miss Shira in the hall if you see any of them, too. Well, that's all the new staff members and teachers I've got for you this time. But just remember, we always do the 3 B's. That's the Viking way. Say it with me. Be respectful, be responsible, and be safe.